Well, we had a good car show, it seemed like. Some good car shows over the last month. It was good. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about tonight. Right up until the end. Anybody got anything they need to go over and talk about before we get started with Dwayne?
Do we have a new member?
This is Fred. Do you know everybody, Fred?
I know some of the faces.
Yeah.
I don't,
Okay.
I mean.
He's thinking about joining the club, so he came to a meeting to see what we're about.
Fred's been to the cruise in many times and
Been to several car
been to
shows that
several
we've all
shows
been
and
at.
things.
What kind of car do you drive?
A Camaro, an 18.
A silver.
The one with the lights and the wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
Yep.
Blue lights on the wheels.
Yeah, really pretty.
It's beautiful.
You know, whatever color I'll.
Whatever color you
Mhm.
want.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But, I guess, so I don't really have a whole lot. Dwayne, you can go ahead.
Okay. Oh, give me an pen, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the pen. Thank you.
I have extras. Anybody else need one?
Anybody else need a pen?
The past month, on the 14th at Bethlehem, Crystal won Best Late Model, and Gary won an award, first place in your
yeah, that man, I won third place.
third place. Dennis won.
Dennis won first place.
Okay. Let's see. And at George, the Riverton car show, pretty much Vic and Daniel, they won 3 trophies between the two of them. Let's see. And then, of course, Lonnie's show. And, hey, Daniel. Here you go, Daniel. Does he have one? Here you go.
You need to eat?
No.
I'll make it go all right.
Of course, this Friday night is the Gibsonville Cruise In. October 5th is, and we talked about the Wendell, where if we can get 12 cars, we can put $200 into the heat car fund. Do we need to go over this again, how many vehicles we can get? We were really close last time.
That's this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick, is you and Tina and Spencer gonna be able to go?
Where's it?
The Wendell. This
I think that's what he's looking at right now.
That's one we had such a good time. We had a festival. The little town of Wendell has a little festival going on second night.
I need to ask her for sure. I don't see a reason on my calendar, unless I'm missing something, but I need to confirm with her.
Cause I think that's the make it, break it, is 2 cars and a motorcycle, or 3 cars, whatever. That's pretty much the bottom line, cause
It's a long day.
Jim, are you gonna be able to? Okay. Fred, it is Fred.
Yeah, Fred.
Are you, would you be interested in going to this car show we're speaking of?
Well, I'm not a member, so it wouldn't count.
Well, that's true, that's true.
All I gotta do is put on
Let's see,
I mean,
Ray, are you?
truth is, if you go with us to the club, or to the show, I mean, you're with us.
Anybody that we invite that goes
Yeah.
with us counts, actually counts. They count you as part of our group if we invite you to it.
I think,
Okay, me and you and Josh and Ray. George, you think you'll be able to go?
It's a possibility.
The grill.
You're not working the fenders and vendors, are you? No, I didn't think so. Okay, Gary, are you going anywhere, or are you going to Myrtle, or?
I'm not going to Myrtle. If I do anything, I'll probably go with you guys, but I'm not sure yet. You know, depends on how I'm feeling. This week I was supposed to go somewhere and I went to the closed room because I didn't want to go too far away from home.
Yeah.
I sat in my chair most of the day.
What did you guys decide?
Going that.
What time is
direction.
it over?
I got the sheet right
It's the
here.
home
Yeah, I
of
need to know
Lizard
what
Lip
time.
Towing, if you've ever seen that show. It's the only thing I know about it. It's not
Because
that
if
far.
if we do go, it may be something that we may, it may be something we have to leave early for. It's like an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. Ain't it an hour and 15
I
minutes?
don't remember, Vic, how long it took us to get there.
I think it's like
It
an
doesn't,
hour.
it doesn't say,
We went last year, it was a nice show.
they've got a lot of trophies,
Go down, yeah, that's what I thought.
and I'm gonna say 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Well, if you're not there, one of us can get,
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not winning it, but
3
if I do
o'clock.
go, yeah.
oh, yeah, okay.
So we're trying to do that plus.
We wanna, yeah, cause we're trying to do that and trying to make Mount Airy also.
It's like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, cause Mount Airy is, this is the last Mount Airy too.
You talking about Pilot Mountain?
Yeah,
Pilot Mountain.
Yeah, yeah, I know it is.
And we're trying to make
An hour
that
and
too.
15 minutes
Okay, hour and
from
15.
Burlington.
What about from Wendell?
Same now.
Oh, same time, distance.
How far?
It's an hour and 15 from here to Wendell, from Wendell here. So same
No,
thing.
I'm talking about where they're talking about. Pilot
Well,
Mountain.
that's gonna be,
Pilot
cause
Mountain?
it's,
Pilot Mountain, all the way the other
Yeah.
direction.
No, no,
right at an hour.
The distance, the
Right.
time is what they're asking.
It's right at, right at an hour
Well, that
from
thing
here
goes
to
till
Mount
dark,
Airy.
so even if you're not there right when
About
it starts,
55
it'll
minutes.
still be
Well,
going
they're
on.
interested in from Wendell to
Yeah, so
Pilot.
it's gonna
Okay, so
be,
we can go to Pilot
so it'd be
Mountain.
like 2 hours and 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even get cranked up till 3 or 4 o'clock anyway, so.
And it goes till dark.
All right, who's,
Wendell.
Tony and Brenda?
They're not coming.
I mean, talking about Saturday.
I don't know, we'd have to.
That's tight one, wasn't it?
The Wendell show says, 12%, and the classes are,
It's everybody, it's everything.
It's all
That's
makes
just-
and
That's
models.
just the name of the show, but it's all makes and models.
It's all makes and
Yep.
models.
To the car dealer, or is it just?
Yeah, it's at a
Yeah.
dealership.
Anything on the event schedule, if it isn't all makes and models, I would say Chevy show, all Ford show, that type of thing. Yeah, so we just don't know, right? We just don't know how many we're gonna have.
I'm gonna message Tony right now.
We initially talked about 6:45 at Sheets in Mebane.
That one we're leaving?
I just wrote down 6:40, I don't remember if it was meet time.
Universal Chevrolet.
I think that was the meeting time and leave at 7.
I think we had a Philly steak.
Does it start at 8 or 9?
It starts.
I didn't have fries, she said, no, we had chips.
Yeah. 9 o'clock.
So that'll get us there 45 minutes early, somewhere around
Can I see that flyer?
there. What's that thing? I missed it. We're meeting at Sheets at 6 and then leaving at 7. Because it starts at
Make
9.
sure we get there, turn to the right, not left. Oh, we did last time.
Yeah.
Do you wanna change
Has anybody
that?
heard from Michael? He went with us last year,
I hadn't talked to him.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah, he would.
And what about, Smoke, that's closer,
Yeah.
Smoke is gonna be in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
He's going to the Stampede.
Okay.
Well, since it starts at 9, do you wanna leave meet at 7, leave at 7:15?
Piss off all the cops.
I'm good with whatever.
Doesn't matter to me either.
That give us a little 15 minutes extra sleep.
I think it's gonna make a difference.
I don't think it's really gonna make a
You got a
difference.
flyer?
Yeah.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Seven now, leave at 7:15.
I don't know, I asked no one responded.
I don't care.
It's pretty decent.
I'm easy to like to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It's either get there 30 minutes early or 45 minutes early. One of
Well,
the
if
two.
we get there that early, we'll, as I recall, if it's gonna be as hot as it was last year, we got a good spot where we could put our tents up against that lady's house.
I think they said the high Saturday around here anyways,
Like
74.
Oh, it's supposed to be nice and cool
Oh,
all
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's not
So
gonna
we're
be
not
hot
gonna
at
have to
all.
worry about.
No,
Okay.
this whole week's supposed to be nice.
After tomorrow and Thursday, it's supposed to be hot. After tomorrow
Yeah,
and
so
Thursday.
it's 94 for the next 2 days. That's supposed
So
to-
what do you wanna do? Do you wanna leave it at 6:45 or you wanna meet at
Let's
7?
meet at
leave
7.
Yeah, I say
7:15?
let's meet at 7.
Leave at 7.
Okay, 7 o'clock, Sheets and Bevan, leave at 7:15.
Don't pay the ransom, I escaped.
No!
I'm gonna sneak in there.
What's up,
What's
bud?
up? What's going
How
on?
you doing, man?
There were 2 of me and I'd be twice as good. What's going on, man?
Okay, now, of course, there is a car show in, is it considered Glen Raven, George?
Glen
where the
Raven.
church is? Yeah. Davis Street. Some people that aren't interested in going to Wendell, Vendors and Vendors Car Show, Methodist Church on Davis Street. Of course, the 10th is a Thursday, and there's several people going to Myrtle Beach on Thursday.
Yes.
But if you don't, you can go to Highway 55 cruising. She's got, my wife put down 6 to 9, actually, I think it's 6 to 8, isn't it?
No,
It's still nice.
no, 6 to
Okay,
9.
very good. Now, did we wanna talk about Myrtle Beach and get together? Okay, go ahead.
What do you want me to talk about?
Well, you and I,
Oh, we had talked about having like a luncheon for the club, for all the members that are going, if they wanted to come and eat at the house that Dwayne has rented, that we would fix, I think tacos is what we were talking about. Isn't that right? And
yeah, we
drinks.
talked about a particular day and time, and then Vic and Josh reminded me that, what's going on during
Auto
the
cross.
Yeah, auto.
Auto cross.
When does it end?
Man, I don't even know, they changed that thing up so much.
Yeah, mid-afternoon.
It's gonna
probably
change up
5
so
o'clock.
much.
It could be 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could have a supper.
We could either do supper or we could all meet somewhere and eat out.
Do you know what we're talking about, Fred? F-Body, Myrtle Beach?
It's a Camaro
Yeah.
show.
It's a huge Chevy
Yeah,
show.
I would love to go, but I don't take my car to
Yeah, we talked about that last Friday.
the beach. Mom's wildlife photography, and I take my four-wheel drive trucks to the beach a lot.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So what do you think about, what do you think, 5:30, 6 o'clock Friday? Who would be interested in doing that?
They have the cruising at, Hooters in North Myrtle Beach.
That's Thursday.
That's
That's
Thursday.
Friday night. That's Friday night.
Oh, that is Friday night.
Yeah, they had the car show's big, cruising for everybody, cause they do pre-registration and everything.
Yep, that's Friday night.
Thursday
that
night's the meet and greet, like the pre-meet and greet.
Yeah, that's
what they did
Friday night.
last year.
That's Friday night.
The regular meet
No,
and
wait a minute.
greet, the regular cruise-in is on Friday, but last year they had a pre-one at another location for people who come
Yeah,
in on
'cause
Thursday.
Thursday is the, Thursday is with Hooters, right?
No, Friday.
It's not at Hooters.
It's
at
Friday.
It's at a different, it was at a different restaurant. I don't remember the name of it.
I can't remember where we went Thursday.
Thursday was the, yeah, that was Hooters.
Yeah, Thursday was Hooters.
Then they switched it because it used to be Friday.
Because we always went down
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
Main
and then
events
at
planned for
Hooters.
this year are an opening event, meet and greet at Hooters, and autocross and the car show. So meet and greet at Hooters is Thursday night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Friday is available. Who would be interested in 5:30, 6 o'clock? Having a get together.
We're good with that.
So you're going to Myrtle Beach?
Oh, hell
Yeah, he
yeah.
goes every year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, see when your wife is.
Which one?
Yes,
Which
the
one?
one that I used to
She
see.
switched with somebody weekends because they had her off this weekend and.
So that she didn't get her off?
They got her, yeah, they got her switched. I know where all the good restaurants are down there.
Ooh,
From
Eli.
seafood, from cheap seafood to expensive seafood, from
Eli.
Now,
cheap burgers to expensive,
where we're
burgers.
talking about is North Myrtle Beach, is where the house that we're staying at. It's Joshua, my wife Dawn, David Cook, Crystal. It's several blocks north of the mall is where the house is.
Okay.
The only bad part about it is there's no parking at all.
That's why I'm thinking
I was
maybe we
gonna say,
should
yeah,
just
you said
meet
there
at a
wasn't nothing to
restaurant.
park, because, when we was about to clean cars and stuff, he was like, well, there's some parking there.
Maybe we should just meet somewhere.
It'd probably be easier.
It would be easier. Besides, we're on vacation, right?
Right, I mean, do you really wanna cook with 20 people?
Right, if we wanted to do a cookout, maybe we should plan one for here.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot easier.
I mean, that's not trying to be funny, but.
I'm not either, that's what I'm thinking, it might be easier for us to do something here along those lines, and then when we're in our beach, just kinda go with the flow.
Cause I mean, you stay so busy down there, you're
Yeah.
busy.
It's constant.
Constantly
Right.
moving until after everything's over, that's just when you relax at night, like late at night.
Right,
That's just when they do the cruise, and then you're just done after that.
right,
So I mean, if you wanna meet to eat, that would be great.
yeah, I'm thinking that might be better, and then we can plan something for here. Sort of like at end of the
Okay,
season,
well then,
cookout or
are
something.
we still talking Friday?
Friday night?
Are we still talking Friday, and what time would be good, and then we'll have to figure out where.
Captain George's.
No.
I can't afford Captain George's,
That shit's good.
Crab legs.
and
It is
I
good. It's very
can't eat that
expensive.
much food.
I can't no more either, I ain't so wasting my damn money to go to that shit.
Right,
I didn't get this way by sidestepping nothing, so.
I tried.
So what time we wanna go?
All right, what is Friday? Friday is.
I know where there's a good hole in the wall place, just north Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Let's figure
Well,
time
great-
first.
great
Let's figure
seafood.
time first.
Great
One-
seafood.
Baby steps here.
Well, we gotta
Baby
clean our
steps.
cars.
Great seafood.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is 6:30 give everybody enough time to go from the motocross
it should.
to a restaurant, go home, go to your hotel first, whatever?
If we wait much later than 6:30, that's.
You ain't
gonna-
gonna find anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the crowds will be in.
Isn't there an Olive Garden in Myrtle Beach? I think there is.
Yes, it's near the, mall where the car show is.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's right out there on the coastal highway, on the big road.
Do you guys like Olive Garden, or? What's the hamburger place that, where you can throw the peanuts on the top?
River City.
You guys ever been to that?
The one in the big white building,
Where did we go?
the big white house, up in North Myrtle Beach.
Oh, that was in.
Yes.
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it.
No, this one that I'm speaking
Oh, yeah, what was
of
that?
Was there River City?
is all the way down towards the Ferris wheel.
Oh, no, there's a
It's right there.
really good one up in North Myrtle Beach. I have to find, remember what it's the name of it. If you're going north
River City, because I took their
on
time.
Coastal
Yeah,
Highway,
you take the cups.
You make
We
a
still
right.
got 3 bags of
there's a
peanuts.
bunch of hotels back, and there's a Sheraton back there, I think it is.
She's like, you wait
There's a
till-
bunch of fancy hotels back in there, but as you're going back in that main drag, right on the left-hand side as you're going in there, oh, they will put a burr on you.
So the autocross is over at 4.
That's what I just said. It just came out of my mouth. It's over at 4.
Yeah.
I just found the flyer. It's over at 4. Yeah, the autocross is over at 4, so 5:36 would be perfect.
Well, Olive Garden, this hamburger place I'm talking about is like two ends of either end of the spectrum.
Well, there's also the bigger one at Barefoot
The one we
Landing
went to, what was it, year before last?
last year.
Last year.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We all ate there
that
and
was
then
pretty good.
Barefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's bigger than the one that, no,
That's up near
What is
the
it?
one I was talking about.
River City,
River City Cafe.
Cafe. It's really good.
Is it big enough for all of us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a table
Oh, yeah.
of like 10 last time.
Yeah, we sat out back.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Diverse menu.
So you go to Barefoot Landing and drive all the way in.
Yeah, because we had to drive all the way into the back,
Yeah.
past,
Right by the theater.
Well, we all got phones, we can communicate,
because they had
but
that.
let's just figure on, get there before 6:30.
Yeah, I'll put down 6 o'clock. Is that-
Barefoot
Yeah.
Landing.
Yeah.
6 o'clock? That sound
Okay.
good?
This is Friday night.
Y'all gonna be able to go? Yeah.
Okay,
I'll let you know.
for those who are not going to F-Body, of course, the Gibsonville Cruise-In is every Friday night of the month. Jet Hot, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jet Hot. It's,
They were out of business.
No.
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 They just look like,
they're having a car show.
they do, they look like they're out of business.
That's the
like-
one right
Now you
off
close the
highway.
other location, but.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like their business is closed.
Also, there's one in Mooresville. For the 19th, when we, everybody will be back. This one in Pittsburgh, I got a flyer on it. Looks okay. The Corvette Corral is gonna be there. It's for a cause, car show, all makes and models. SOAP, S-O-A-P installation,
Yeah.
dyno and tuning center,
Yeah, they're in Ross.
1245 Thompson Street, Pittsburgh. Best of show, best of class, top 40. $100 to the club with the most registrants. Okay, what do you think about that?
Pittsburgh's not too big.
Yeah, let's
That's a close ride.
That's close.
Really, I found
Just leave our house and turn left.
I found quite a few car shows, and every one of them was classic, 1988 or older. And you can't even display a 1989. So I found like 4 of them. I didn't look on this to see if there was anything.
We should go surround it and do burnouts.
All cars.
I don't know about that one. There's one in Winston-Salem and one in Statesville. Well, anyways, that looks pretty decent. Starts at 9 o'clock. We could meet at Sheets and Mebane, Sheets and Graham, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Which one's this one?
Yeah.
October 19th, 8 o'clock, Sheets and Graham. Leave at 8:15.
You know, the third Sunday of the month, you don't see it on there, they got that Liberty Cruise in?
Yeah, did you go to
I
that?
went to it last time, and there were a lot of cars there.
Oh,
It was pretty nice.
okay, well then we'll have to do that. That would be the 20th, right?
Yeah,
Let's pencil in October 20th.
just go up into
Liberty.
Gibsonville, and once you hit Gibsonville, in that corner where that theater's on the left, just make that right there, it's right there, the whole street.
Gibson.
It's not Gibsonville, it's, Liberty.
Okay.
Well, you can take 49 all the way out.
Take 49 all the way to the stoplight there, right?
200 degrees for
No, that's what, we called the place that has, that does
What
it.
time does it start, 6 in the afternoon?
I think it's 2 to 2. I think it's 2 to 5 or 6 for an hour.
They told,
400 degrees on that
the place that they do it,
It'll melt.
Yeah, we need to,
It's 200 degrees on that.
Okay.
Then you just peel it apart.
I've been to that one a couple of years.
Can I,
200 degrees worth.
can I get everybody's attention for a minute? At our last cruise in, I had a lengthy conversation with Bill. He's the president of the Triad Mopar Club. And he complimented us on our cruise in, liked it very much. He said he regarded it as an honor, being the, what do we call it?
Featured club?
Featured car club. And he was very nice. And so we talked twice for quite some time, and I said, we do have aspirations of maybe next year having a car show. Well, he wiggled his way into that by saying several things. First, he said, could we help as a car club? Could we help you? I said, I don't know. And then he said a few other things, and he said, would you consider us co-sponsoring? Well, we don't know anything about them. And I said, we need to get to know you, you need to get to know us before we do anything. And we have nothing in, written in stone that we're gonna have a car show or anything. So I said, why don't we get to know each other a little bit? Well, this guy, he and his club are doing things. They got a big cruise in for Mopar only, the same day as our cruise in from noon to 4 in Greensboro. Trophies. So, I mean, for 3 years in a row, they've won most club participants at Piedmont, 26, 3 years in a row, 26 cars. So they've got a bunch of people. So, we're gonna have to talk about several things, if we ever want to do the car show thing. I know that, George, your granddaughter, if she was to come and bring that club, there's about 20 trucks right there.
Could be more than that.
Yeah, and this Mopar club would attract a lot of Mopars. If we're interested in numbers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about all this. We have to talk about it. But if we want to get cars in the parking lot, we could entertain. We certainly would want your granddaughter to bring the trucks. But as far as somebody else going in with us, I don't know. You gotta think about it. But what I would like to do is I would like to call him and say, can we get together? Can we get together and go to a car show? Can we get together after a car show and go get a pizza? What do you think? He asked me,
What if you get him to come to our cruise?
yes.
he's been there quite often.
Yeah, they come
And
up to
this
the top.
last cruise in, how many cars? 17, 18 cars.
They pretty much have that whole end, don't they?
Yeah.
All the way down.
Yeah, but they were up in the middle at this
They were
last
right
one,
in front of the
they were our
tents.
featured
Yeah,
club, so they
Day
were.
before yesterday.
Every cruise in I've ever been with those guys, they always keep to
And they were doing
themselves.
that at Norton too.
So, what I'm asking is, what do you think about me calling them and saying, let's get together and do something, rather than committing to anything, because we just don't know.
Yeah. Worst thing we can say is no. Yeah, I mean,
Craig and I were talking about trying to do a cruise now that fall is here and the leaves are gonna start changing. Last year we missed it, we didn't get to go see any leaves. What if we proposed a cruise to the mountains or something easy like that, where we stop and have a picnic lunch and then we can all kind of sort of get to know each other?
Good idea.
You talking about us in the Mopar?
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty lengthy,
I was gonna say, that would be, I don't, they may do something, but I would doubt they would for something like that. I mean, they may,
Well, we could
but
do.
just like a get to know thing would be something you might wanna try. Like you said, you know, call and say, hey, let's go to even if it's nothing but cars and coffee over here in the morning. And
If we
then
went to
after
a-
that, let's meet and talk, sit down and talk with a couple people and see
if
what
we
you
went
think.
to an ice cream place or a pizza place, we're talking probably 30 cars between us and them.
Well, what about that Pizza Inn in, Apple? That's big enough for all of us.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That'd
that's
be a fun
not,
cruise down.
that's not a terrible.
I don't see the harm in, but you guys tell me what you think.
Well, here's the first thing we need to look at. If we're talking about doing car shows and stuff like that, I mean, you know, we've been doing this cruise in this year, and it seemed like our numbers of people that helped got smaller as we've gone through. So, I mean, we need to figure out what we're gonna do. Number one, are we gonna do another cruise in next year? Number two, if we're not, I mean, you know, whatever we're gonna do we wanna do a car show, and who wants to or can commit to it?
Yeah,
That's the other thing.
we've gotta have workers. I mean, we've gotta have people that are willing to get behind the tent, park the cars.
I'm helping on that.
Oh, I know
That's the
you.
reason, I've been helping with the cruiser.
Oh, sure.
I missed this one this time because of.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it takes, for that cruise in, you know, getting the generator and all the drinks and the ice and the snacks and the tents down, all the rope I mean, it takes all the barriers, and it takes, time. And then you got the money, you know, well, I put in $10 worth of ice. Crystal put in $25 worth of drinks, and $20 worth of snacks. And you gotta figure all that, it just takes bodies helping. And you start early and you end late, it's not easy. And a car show would be tough. You know, I mean, you're talking 7 o'clock, and if we were to end at 2, by the time you get out of there, it's 3. So,
No, you have it a lot later than that if you're organizing it.
so.
We've been there, done that.
We would probably have to, I don't know if we would be able to do our cruising. Probably just have to do a car show and not do a cruising.
Well, can you do a car show in the afternoon, the same time as the cruising, instead?
Do a car show instead of the cruising?
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna work,
Most
because
people
so
go to
many
car
people
shows.
are going to the cruise in because it's free for one.
Yeah.
And, you know, they don't have to worry about cleaning their cars if they don't want to and stuff like that, where, you know, if we were to do it similar to what when that gentleman approached me about doing the car show that morning and afternoon before the cruise in, you know, if we were to do that, of course, that would be a very long day from cars and coffee to a car show into that.
I wouldn't do
You could always get them all with us using it on Saturday, but not the
Right,
cruising one.
right, and the
That was what I
insurance,
suggested.
yeah,
You know, it would work
Yeah.
the long range, but you're talking about, you start for a show, it starts at 8 o'clock, you need
Yeah.
to be there at 6 o'clock,
oh,
setting
yeah,
up,
yeah,
and time to clean up and stuff.
yeah.
Everybody will be laying on the ground
Sure.
by the time the cruising.
Sure. And yeah, I mean, getting insurance for that, I mean, it cost us around $112 a month to do the cruise in. So adding another day, it's gonna be another $112.
If we were to do it that way.
Right.
And you'd have to have enough people going around trying to get donations to help, and we'd have to have a charity or something that we were gonna give it to.
Speaking of which,
Not the same day.
this is where George comes in. He is the master.
Cruising gotta be the same time as coffee.
Am I right, George?
Master of what?
Sponsorship.
Donations, sponsors.
We got people that go out there and work and have to.
Well, that's what we did with the Mustang Club. You went out and did some, I did some, Tony did some, and most of the people didn't.
Yeah.
You gotta have the people that are gonna do the show. Because we had about 20 members in our club. 5 killed themselves at the show, the other ones showed up and then left before we even got done.
Yeah, I said, that's the thing I don't want to happen if we end up doing one. I mean, that's just gonna put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So, Of course, I can't say a whole lot, because, you know, I'm our president next month.
every Saturday.
So, yeah, but, I mean, depending on when we do it, I can take a day off. Yeah, as long as it's not in the middle of Jeff's NASCAR stuff, then I can do it. Just like, what was it, last Saturday? For the show, George's thing, Jeff said, man, I've been gone all weekend, take a day off.
So I think that most of us here would like to do the cruise in next year, but we need help. We need we need workers. I know that we can do the cruise in next year, that is, the mall.
Yeah,
Would
Heather's
like-
already said she wanted us to do it if we
Yeah.
wanted to do it.
But we need workers, and we can talk about a car show over the next few meetings or whatever. But for right now, I'll go ahead and talk to Bill, see what he thinks about getting together and doing something. He might even be interested in going to that Wendell show. They may or may not have anything scheduled, I don't know. Okay, that's about all I have.
Looked up that, Coble Cruising and Liberty from 3 to 7.
3 to 7. Okay.
On the 20th.
That's on the third Sunday.
Yeah.
Somewhere I got it, 2 PM from some information.
Yeah, we thought it started at 2.
Facebook thing says 3.
Yeah. Okay, the only other thing is, there is another Corvettes and Classics, and that will be before our next meeting. Speaking of which, are we going to change, are we gonna ask about changing the day of the week?
Yeah, that was something that needed to be brought up.
Okay, Pete would like to come, you know who Pete is?
He always helps with the cruise.
He's got the white,
Yeah.
C4 Corvette,
Oh, yeah.
his daughter
And his daughter,
Alyssa rented.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would like to start coming and join.
He has joined.
He's
Oh,
joined.
He's already joined.
He's already joined, but
But-
he can never make the club meetings because he's in a bowling league that bowls on Tuesday nights. So he was wondering maybe if the club meetings could be shifted to a different night of the week, that way he could come to the club meetings.
So we thought Thursday.
It's
Well-
Thursday,
Well, we were
Stop
doing
right there.
Thursday, we had to stop Thursday.
We were doing Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
cause,
Yeah, because church.
cause church.
Now, Pete just told me tonight that he may start, Pete's on a bowling league, and he got asked to join with another league, so he may be bowling on Tuesday and
And
Thursday.
Thursday,
Yeah.
okay, so then it's a moot
So,
point.
yeah,
So there's no way
I
around
think
that.
we need to leave it where it is right now.
I think we do.
Find out.
Yeah.
I think we do too.
But if we change it to Thursday for him, and he
Because it's
doesn't
gonna affect somebody else.
yeah, yeah, we
We're
just
gonna
need to
change
leave
it
it
for
where
one
it is.
person.
Yeah, no, I think we need to leave it where it is.
Okay, I didn't know about that part.
I just found out about it right before we came here.
Okay, this Corvettes and Classic in Rocky Mount is before our next meeting. That's a fairly long drive. Why don't we leave it open? We might find something right around here, who knows? But there's another one, the other Corvettes, November 2nd. And it's the same, $200 for 12 or more, all the categories. I don't know if everybody's seen it, but it's quite an ordeal. I mean, it's a big show. So we can talk about that. We don't have to commit to it.
We're gonna be gone for that one. Maybe. Crystal and I are gonna be gone. We're gonna be in Florida. We will be.
So the 5th will be our next meeting.
Our timeshare, we switched our week from Myrtle Beach to
So the first Tuesday of November, right here, 7 o'clock. Anything else we need to talk about?
We did receive a thank you card from, if you want me to read it, thank you for selecting ACCSA to receive the non-perishable food items. Your generous donations will provide food for several families in need. Thanks also for making a difference in our community. Best regards, Alamance County Community Services Agency Incorporated, and it's signed by one of the ladies that works there.
That's Clyde's wife.
So that's, it's really good that
Clyde
we
is.
are making an impact.
He was at the cruise in
Yeah, he
the
was
other
there.
day. He's a pastor also, so he's been having church stuff going on. So that's why he had to be there. He'd call me, I'm not gonna be able to make it, they got another thing going on, I gotta be there. He's an associate pastor. All right, as everybody knows, I'm stepping down at the end of this month after the cruise in. Crystal and Dwayne have been talking about it, and they're gonna co-president for a while until somebody wants to step up or something else changes, so. I appreciate you guys.
I called Crystal and asked her if she would consider a co-president, but it's up to you. I mean, is that okay with everybody in this room? If we
That was your answer right there.
What?
Does two mean no, or?
Yeah.
First one said no.
Okay, well.
Let's have a vote. Was everybody for that idea?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody got anything else?
Well, I did want to ask about the October cruising, but let George go first.
Yeah, you go ahead, George.
I think, everybody needs to know about the $200.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I have
yes,
it.
yes, yes. So for the car show, the Mountain View car show, we got
for-
club participation.
Yep.
So we got
So
$200
I'm gonna
club
put that in the
participation
bank as
award.
soon as I leave here tonight. Yay.
Yes, yes, yes. So, you were saying?
About the October cruising, we were kind of toying with the idea of allowing people to do trunk or treat since it's so close to Halloween, and it'd be a nice treat for the kids if everybody thinks that's a good idea. We had also talked about maybe trying to get something special going for that month since it's the last one of the season, and I had talked about maybe trying to get Luke, that was on Truck Night in America, he works at LabCorp. He has his vehicle called Scout that he had on a TV show. He was also at that.
The Living Free Ministry
Yeah, he was at the
show.
Living Free Ministry show. If I can get in touch with him at work and ask him to come, it may draw some people to come out to visit that would normally be there. Does anybody have any other ideas to try to draw more people for the next?
Well, Josh and I were talking about, is it possible to make some new flyers with the things that you discussed, and maybe somebody else has got an idea or two? And if we could make them, for example, and take them to the car show this coming Saturday here in Glen Raven at George's Church, that's local. Pittsboro's local. The people that don't go to F-body, like Ray, you may go to a Jet Hot, or you could pass out, that people may get those in their hand that
Right.
don't
And
normally.
Dawn also mentioned at the cruise in something about her brother saying something on the radio.
Yeah, all I gotta do is call him,
I think it would be a good idea to get that out there.
but how difficult would it be to make up flyers just for this coming
I
cruising?
don't think it'd be hard at all, we can do that.
Another thing, Casey with LED Integrations that did the lights on Crystal's car and Fred's car, and I don't know, I think they worked on your car too. Casey was talking about doing a 50-50 raffle kind of thing for a set of underglow lights that he would install. So I gotta hash everything out with him, but that's what he was talking about doing, so we could, try to sell some more tickets and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was talking about, what he discussed with me was half of the money between us and him, and then the person whose ticket gets drawn wins the underglow kit. But like Craig said, we have to kind of get those details worked out with him. Does everybody think that's a good idea to try to draw more
Don't see why not.
money for the
Sure,
club?
why not?
We can get some flyers, because I'm not sure if I'm going to the Corvette one this weekend. If I stay close, I'll probably go to the Fender Vendor, because I'm out where I live, and I'll give out flyers.
Okay.
Ray, you going to that one?
But which one?
Vendors and vendors in, Burlington?
I don't see any reason why I couldn't go with y'all to the Wendell,
Oh,
Good.
okay, good.
if that would help out.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So you can just let us know, right, Patrick?
Yeah, I suspect that Tina would not drive separate, so it would just be probably me, and I'll have to ask Spencer if he's willing to do anything. I didn't see anything on that flyer about motorcycles, was there?
Did he sell
I
his
don't think
motorcycle?
He sold it,
He sold it.
yeah,
What about his Miata?
it's not running, I mean, yeah,
You sold a Corvette?
yeah.
Can you take your fire?
While we're looking that up, I don't know if anybody saw on the,
I probably don't want to take that thing out that way.
I don't know if anybody saw on the Holly Hill Mall Cruise-In page on Facebook, but we had some racial stuff going on Saturday. There was a comment made to a family of, the guy tells me he is American, that, he's American, but when the sprinklers came on out there and kind of sprayed everybody, he said there was a couple in a blue Jeep over beside him. He said the guy was cool, but the lady said something about, funny thing, the sprinklers came on because you guys are wet already, talking to this Hispanic family. So, I told him if anything like that ever happened again, he needs to come find a club member and talk to them, because I absolutely got no problem telling somebody to leave and making sure that happens, because we don't need that. And I'll make sure that the DJ makes an announcement about that kind of thing, that we're here to have fun, we're not here, it's not political, it's not racial, anything like that, we're just out here to have fun. So, it's just, I'm just not gonna have it. No, I just found out about it because I saw it online, I started commenting chatting with the guy.
Yeah, because something like that gets back to Holly Hill Mall
Right.
management,
Yeah.
and that's the end of everything.
Well,
But not only
Heather knows
but it
that it ain't gonna happen from
gives everybody in
us.
this club a bad reputation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everybody else's club
And-
too.
Right.
And the guy said, he said, oh, I'm coming back, don't worry about it. He said, I'm coming back, we love it. So, we just need to kind of nip that in the bud.
Yeah.
If anybody's got an issue with that,
Yeah.
they don't need to show up.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I could be wrong, though, I didn't go to the Wendell one, but
We had a really good day that day.
I don't think I've ever seen a
you remember
motorcycle.
motorcycles?
I don't remember any motorcycles
I
there.
don't remember either.
No, it was a big monster truck sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big monster truck there. Yep, that was the same one that was at, Roxborough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's hope we have 12. I hope we get 12 cars.
Was anybody at the band something show? It was a car dealer festival.
Oh, you're talking about Van Ness?
Van Ness.
We didn't go to that one, did we? I don't think any of
I
us
wasn't
did.
really impressed.
Yeah. We've been to that one before. I don't think we decided to go back to it.
That's all about the festival, it's not about the car.
Right.
So I learned.
Oh, I guess something else we need to talk about real quick. Parades this year, are we doing parades again?
Absolutely, I said, let's do that Christmas one again, that was absolutely a
It was
blast.
really fun.
Yeah, the Gibsonville parade was really good.
Yes.
Gibsonville's always
All
good.
them old people come down.
Burlington,
They said like.
I can try, but they're probably gonna say $10 a car, $20 a car.
What was
The one was
the
the
reason we weren't in there?
We can only have 4.
Yeah, we did do the Veterans Parade.
Yeah, we did.
Wasn't that it? You said that you went to it, there was 4 loud.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they had more than four.
Yeah, there was like 6 or 8 cars.
Yeah.
I don't know what Megan said,
Jackie and I had our Santa hat.
but
Yeah.
that would be a really
Yeah,
good one,
but- yeah.
the nighttime one, cause
Yeah.
those of us with lights could light it up.
We had Santa Claus day. We had cocktail bars in there.
Remember the outrage?
Okay,
We
so
had that many, didn't you?
And
Bevan,
on the red and green,
Gibson,
Well,
and,
Yeah, that's one, cause
I'll call
I
Burlington.
ran into my car.
What about
ran into the
Graham?
car and then we didn't have to.
there is a gray, cause
Yeah.
it's gray,
Veterans Day, or is it
they
both?
have
Veterans
Well,
both.
we did Veterans Day parade last year, and
They have a,
I'm trying to, Patrick got his car.
yep.
Do they have a Christmas?
Yes, trust me, I walked it many, many times,
This is the first Saturday.
in the band. All the way down Main Street.
This one time at band camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Craig, there better be pictures of you from your band days.
Oh, there are.
On
There are.
Facebook?
But you will never see them.
I know where you can find it.
Ah, that's the man right there.
I text Mike just to see if he's.
I did too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. He ain't gonna respond.
You've been quiet on Facebook for a while.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I seen where he went and looked at the new C8, but that was it.
All right, 7:00, Bevan, Sheets, hope to see everybody. We'll probably hear back before we see him.
Don't forget to post it
That's
on the
for
page.
sure.
He assigned that to you.
Oh, yeah. But you don't want him doing it,
Oh,
What's that?
oh, well.
the Facebook stuff.
Yes, if anybody needs, let's go to Myrtle Beach, and you need good restaurant recommendations, I got your connection. I used to go down there-
Thanks, everybody, for
I
coming
used to
out.
go down there and play golf in the springtime, along with a bunch of my buddies go up there. They would all get on my buddy's tour bus,